Is full. Barrister Kurtis Adigba is in the house. Joseph Folorunsho is here. Nurudeen Adegbengro is here. And I think we're going to move very fast today. 3 issues on the table. The first of the issues today will be, just discussing the state of the nation, where we are, where we're coming from, the hopes and aspirations of Nigerians, and where there seems to be nothing working really. Where did we get it wrong? Barrister Kurtis Adigba had posted on his Facebook handle, I think it was today, earlier in the day, that Nigeria is the most betrayed country in the world, and Nigerians are the most betrayed citizens by their leaders, who are grifters. And so the question is, where exactly did we get it all wrong? We're going to do a bit of history today, if permit me to say that. Let's look back, because Yorubas will say that we've had a journey of almost 26, 27 years in this Fourth Republic, and for every 4 years of election cycle, there are promises of better days for Nigerians, dividends of democracy. But the more we talk about better days for Nigeria, the more the problems of the people get, the more, the reality of better days looks very far from them. We talk about roads, health, education, how to build a country where your talent, your knowledge can also make you a Nigerian that is worthy of being a citizen of this blessed nation called Nigeria. So Nigeria is the most betrayed country in the world, and Nigerians are the most betrayed citizens by their leaders, who are grifters, says Barrister Kurtis Adigba. Luckily, he's in the studio with us, so he will help us expand the conversation while we also take a look at where we're coming from. Because I've seen people argue, say, oh, you can't just be blaming the president. This problem has been there for years. It's not today, So and what does the future really hold for us as a country? Are there hopes at all? Are we going to ever get it right as a nation? I've seen people ask me, people call me and say, look, are we sure we're going to get anything right? Are we just going to continue on this trajectory of 4 years election cycle, promises upon promises, and yet nothing for the people, while the people look at the other side of the divide and see their lives getting better and better? So that will be the first conversation for the evening, and then we'll come back to party politics. Despite massive APC sweep, it's doing, as we speak, 29 governors are now off the APC, but there are 7 opposition governors who seem to have remained defiant. Some of them have pledged loyalty, but they are still members of their party, because again, it appears that the APC would have been more comfortable if all these governors are members of the APC. But we still have 7 governors who have remained in. Governor of Anambra State, Charles Soludo, is still of the ABGA party, even though he has said he will be from the PDP. But he has also said he will be working for the interest of Mr. President in 2027. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State is one man who is still insisting that, look, multi-party democracy in Nigeria must not die and should never die. He has remained in the PDP and is insisting that Oyo State is also one opposition governor who is insisting. There are talks about his possible defection to the APC, but his statements in recent time have not really indicated that he's a man who will be jumping ship from the PDP to the APC. And then finally, we have Governor Alex Otti of Abia State, who a lot of people had expected was going to move from the Labour Party to the ADC with Peter Obi, but he insisted that, look, I make my own decisions. I'll remain in the Labour Party and then decide my political future when the time comes. So we have Bala Mohammed, Seyi Makinde, Dauda Lawal, Madu Fintiri, of Adamawa State, who is still a member of the PDP today. Abia, Alex Otti, Osun, Ademola Adeleke, Anambra, Charles Soludo, all still, remaining in opposition political parties. And so the question is, how long will the resistance take? How long can they hold on? Because like I said, the statement from the leadership of the APC, as encouraged or probably directed by Mr. President, is, hey, sweep them clean. So they probably will be more comfortable having all these opposition governors in the APC. Do we have any of these governors who will cave in, eventually bow down to pressure and also move from their parties to the APC? That is going to be the second point of conversation for the evening. And then finally, we go to Kano State, where the NNPP is saying that, look, history is about to repeat itself. Once you betray your benefactor in Kano State, the Kano people have a way of teaching you a lesson. What happened to Abubakar Rimi in the 80s will eventually again happen to Governor Abba Yusuf, who has defected from the NNPP to the APC, betraying, quote and unquote, his political benefactor, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwanso. Will history repeat itself, or we have a different political terrain now, and Governor Abba Yusuf may just break the jinx of political betrayal in Kano State? It's going to be an interesting conversation. We'll jump straight into the issue, but let me welcome my analyst into the show this evening. Barrister Kurtis Adigba, it's nice to have you on the show this evening.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Joseph Folorunsho, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, Nurudeen Adegbengro is here. I'm sure there's a lot in his mind already on this. Open up our phone lines eventually for you to be a part of the conversation. Barrister Kurtis Adigba, you're going to set us into the conversation for the evening. Again, if there's somebody on social media that I religiously follow, you know, his line of thought and thinking, you are one of the several Nigerians who help to shape my thinking when it comes to nation building conversations in the country. And so when you posted, I think it was this morning.
Yes, it was this morning.
That Nigeria is the most betrayed country in the world, and Nigerians are the most betrayed citizens by their leaders who are grifters. A lot came into my mind. In fact, the first thing I looked at all of them all the leaders who have ruled the country, and said, where did we get it wrong? Set us into the conversation.
Everything. Look. So, yesterday, Nigeria. Do you love Nigeria?
He loves Nigeria.
Yes, that is the current president. Okay. He loves Nigeria.
A poster saying that.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you? Then they're asking you, are you citizens? Do you love Nigeria?
Okay, all right.
And the first thing that said to my mind, if he loves Nigeria, and Nigeria is this way, how? I pulled out the coup speech of General Abacha, 1983.
83 or that's Buhari?
No, but when Buhari was overthrown,
okay,
it was Abacha that
gave the speech. Yeah, that's Babangida. Yeah, okay, yeah.
And the things that Abacha complained about that
in 83 for them overthrowing Buhari then.
Yes. No, overthrowing Shagari.
Yeah, Shagari, okay, yes.
The things he complained about were bad economy, inability of... He complained about roads. He complained about the purchasing power of Nigerians. He complained about lack of infrastructure.
That was as far back as 83.
83 simply saying there was no governance. About what has changed. The same issues that Shagari campaigned on, and the same issue they are going to campaign on
in
2027. Now, look back. You will see that Nigeria was in a position with countries like Malaysia, Brazil,
Singapore,
UAE. South Korea, UAE. In fact, UAE, the whole development we're seeing in UAE started in 1978. Only in 1978, when Sheikh Shakbut was overthrown by Sheikh Zayed for not trying to open up the country. But go to the UAE today and see what it has become. And then when you look at our country, Dambisa Moyo is from Zambia, but she graduated from Harvard University. Harvard trained economists, and she is a lord in England right now. She was inducted sometimes about 2 years ago, and she talked about Argentina, Nigeria, and Japan. There is no reason whatsoever why Japan should be one of the giant economies in the world, because Japan does not have any single mineral resources.
Nothing. Yeah.
In fact, they don't even have the land to farm.
To start with.
But how did Japan become economic supergiant or power? And Argentina and Nigeria that possess everything.
Landmarks, everything.
In the course of the week, I did a post that says the Netherlands don't have mountains. Okay? I think Japan don't have mineral resources. But, and then I listed some other countries, the things that they have and the things they don't. But you know what? The Philippines has got everything that these 5 countries don't have.
Land.
And yet, the Philippines is still not developed. Now, it tells you something. Leaders either make their country to rise or fall.
Or pull them down.
And what we have had from independence up to now are simply grifters. People who see Nigeria as an opportunity instead of a country that creates opportunity
for everyone,
for its people. So when it's your time, just go there and loot. Take as much as you want. Put people to succeed you who will give you the opportunity to keep looting. When you fall apart from them, then you become the champion of the poor.
You start beginning to talk for the people again.
And begin to talk. Look at this country. Ministers. Do you know today, even people who had the opportunity to govern this country at the highest level are complaining about the state of things.
They say they are hungry.
When they had the opportunity, what did they do? You will hear someone come and say, you know what? I know the problems. We will fix electricity. Oh, the poor will breathe. We will do everything possible to move this country forward.
When they were in the opposition.
Yes. But you see, when they go there, they forget about all this. All they think about is how do they maximize opportunity for their friends and families.
And then perpetuate themselves in power.
Nigeria is like a beach to wave.
There's a name for it in Yoruba. When it comes to the
shore. It's swept to the shore.
The shore, yes.
Take your part, finish.
In other parts of the world.
Yeah, they push it back.
They will bring equipment to make sure that
it does not die.
They push it back into the water and see that it's resuscitated.
Yes.
But in Nigeria, people jump on it and start cutting.
Everything.
That is the way Nigeria as a country is seen by the political elite. Have you not seen that? What we see is a recycle. Take the Senate, for instance. The president of the Senate was commissioner in Akwa Ibom. He then became governor for 2 terms. He then went to the Senate and then became minority leader. He then resigned because he joined the APC and then he was appointed minister for special duties. And then
he's been in power.
From being commissioner to the president of the Senate today, what has he done to improve his governance skills?
What you see, Barrister, sorry to cut in, is that look, for these men you consistently see improvement in their wealth. Very obvious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They begin to own mansions.
You can, in any decent country in the world, you can't go into government and make money. If you want to make money, start a business.
You want to do a business.
Yes.
That's why I think it's in Sweden, where it's in Sweden that businessmen are not allowed to participate in politics, and politicians are not allowed to participate in business while they are in office. Now, in our own country, there is no difference between public office and private businesses. In fact, what you find is that someone will come and serve for 8 years. He cannot even point to one thing that he has done. States are the laboratories of democracy. We practice, at least we say we practice the federal system.
At least let's assume.
Money is given to somebody at the state level. Like right now, we're having so much money pumped to the state.
As they say, more money goes to the state.
What has changed? If you go to the states where the governors are Muslims or Christians, there is no difference.
Yes.
It is the same output. The people are just suffering. Once anybody finishes serving in Nigeria, well. So that is why I said Nigerians, though they are very easy and trusting. Nigerians can trust in any leader quickly.
Any little thing, you know.
And Nigerians can appreciate very little that their leaders give to them. But do you know that they have been serially betrayed by those that they have invested their hopes in? When the current president was coming, and I'm not blaming him alone. That's why I said from independence up until now. But look, time say we're going to bring something down.
Yeah, I know that it was just a promise during campaign.
He said, "Let the poor." He said, "Let the poor breed." Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you, Aris.
And then when he came, he just imploded everything. Today, the lives of Nigerians are worse than when he became president.
And it's quite obvious. If you want to live in that, that's your problem.
In fact, let's even use this word. If I do not give you electricity,
don't vote for me.
Don't vote for me in 2027. Do you know how much money?
Prepare meter first. He said we are going to stop estimated.
Do you know how much money we are pumped into electricity?
And yet, our grid is
now in 3 years, in almost 3 years plus now, because next year is election.
Yes.
What can anybody really point to and say this government has done? In the 8 years of Muhammadu Buhari, because you see, we say progress is incremental.
Incremental, yes.
But where is even the progress? When you're talking about, renew hope, I am saying where is even the hope that they are going to renew?
That you want to renew.
And it's not about him alone. From independence up until now, yes, we saw flashes when we had regional governments. We saw this healthy competition
at that time.
Each premier trying to develop the thing. But it was the same political elite that killed the regions. Because then you start hearing about these people.
Development was lopsided.
Yeah. Some people are being marginalized.
And so let's create
Then we created the middle belt,
Midwestern states.
Yeah. It still wasn't enough. They now said, okay, let's create states so we can take government closer
to the people. Break it down.
That was how the 12 states came about.
Even the local government they later created in 1976. They are the one killing it now.
What about the one that the military created? Babangida, Abacha, all of them created. Yeah. They were just creating local government like popcorn that time. They say we're taking government closer to
the people.
But now,
the more local government, the more state, the farther the government.
That's when I said, though Nigerians have so much hope in their leaders, they have been betrayed serially. They are the most betrayed. Go look. There is no country with the kind of resources, maybe Congo, Democratic material resources
are living this way.
This way is difficult to find. As we speak today, only last night I read about the Kaduna woman and the driver that were kidnapped.
Yes.
They paid 3.5 million ransom,
and they were still killed.
And all they got was their
dead bodies.
Their dead bodies in the forest. And these are stories. Go to the hospital today. May God help any one of us.
Amen.
Amen. Sick and those
Amen.
I have been involved in carrying one Lati. Lati is the driver to my friend. Mr. Honsi. From 7 a.m. we were looking for bed space for Lati. We went to Lasut. We went to Bagada General Hospital. Finally we ended up at this hospital in Ikeja. On above me, a private hospital, Lagoon Hospital. They say we have to deposit 500,000 before they can attend to him. We didn't have 500, but we gave some money. Then they put him on oxygen. The next thing they said the oxygen was getting finished. That we should now go back to Lasut. We had to call a member of the House of Representatives, Rotimi Agunsoye, then, for him to call the Commissioner of Health in Lagos. For the Commissioner of Health to give order that we should go back to Lasut
and create
space. It was while we were waiting for that bed space that Lati gave up. From 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And
there are many Latifs like that.
And this is the story. In fact, the last time that Chimamanda's son died, he made news.
Because it's Chimamanda's son.
When the Fashion's daughter was killed on Lagos Ibadan. He made news.
When the boxer had an accident,
he made news.
Joshua.
But do you know how many Nigerians are dying daily on our roads because of the poor state of these roads? Go to our neighboring state here, Ogun. You see all the tax collectors from the state over there, but there's nothing to
show for.
How can a group of human beings be this wicked Where are they even taking the money to? Can anybody point to anything that we have made real progress on in this country since 1960?
Barrister, you see, like I said, a lot came to mind. Now you've talked about so many things. Before coming on the show, there are two issues that seems to have dominated the social media space. They are budgeted for the state assembly members to frivolities and basic faffing around.
Have you seen that of Lagos State?
Where
they even budgeted for houses in
Abuja. I don't want to have BP. Let me use it. I will not go. Lagos. Let's work with
about 60 billion for vehicles.
Training go.
Barrister, please. I really want to just keep.
But why you won't climb on top of tree? Where you know start from.
Let me just use a kitty. Please permit me to just use a kitty today. Somebody who is very close to you. And the sad part of the whole story, Barrister, is that look, there are Nigerians who are still tolerant of these things.
Listen to me. The chairman of APC,
yes,
in Ekiti died. How did he die?
He
collapsed in government house. No
ambulance
to hospital.
I'm copying. So because when you say these things, people, you are just honest. But I always feel that if you are ignorant, can you just keep it to yourself? That you say, a lot of them have not.
People are authoritatively ignorant.
They boast about their ignorance.
In fact, they are so convinced about their ignorance, and you can't blame them. I know. I told you the same day. I say, if you put an ant in a cup of water, and the ant says, "I'm inside the Atlantic Ocean."
You can't blame the ant.
You can't blame the ant because
you got only money
the size of the ant and the cup.
Not be ocean. Because that is the whole exposure. It's not beyond the cup and the size.
Fuhad, in addition to that, just like what Barrister Kurtis is saying, again, this thing we call a victimology. You see a person that is a victim and is defending the person,
the oppressors
who put him in that agony situation. What are you going to do? You know that this person he need help. This person that you are.
Do you know that it's possible to create a health? Do you know it's possible for all our children to go to public schools for practice? They are not. Some of them are not as rich
as not as average.
Some of these leaders, let's say they have 100 naira.
Yes.
They are thinking of what they will do with that 100 naira for the people.
Not about just themselves.
But in our own country, there's 100 naira. The political leader there is thinking of how he will stay 120. The 100 that is there not enough. He's trying to grab from.
Is he the one that will now plan for the citizens?
But let me talk about the Ekiti situation.
Yes,
the man that called my attention to it was VDM. His own attitude towards things like that, of course, will not be as refined. Basically cursing the governor of Ekiti. Waiting they do this man where they curse everybody for Ekiti. So I had to really follow the news. And he was basically talking about the fact. Now, Ekiti had budgeted for primary health care 68 million naira. I'm sure Nurudeen has that story too.
I read it now.
And primary health care.
Yes. The whole of Ekiti.
68 billion.
68
million.
The health sector.
I'm coming. Then about 1.6 billion or so to legislators. And if you look at the breakdown, about 1.6 billion, training, furniture, vehicle maintenance, just all my members. So I had to dig quickly into Ekiti. How many primary healthcare centers do they have in Ekiti? And it's quite that they have over 300.
Yeah.
And according to even the Ekiti state government, they said they are renovating about 200 and something primary healthcare centers. So if you have close to 300 and something primary healthcare centers in the state, and you are budgeting 68 million naira.
What did you want to do to 68 million?
Before coming on the show, Barrister, there's this story of a young to administer on her.
Oh, the lady that
Ifunaya,
the
yes. And that they got to hospital, there was no anti-snake something to administer on her, and the report is that she has died.
Yes, she did.
She died. So again, whilst just thinking about this whole thing, yes, in the FCT, this guy who is doing a fantastic job in my own estimation, Aproko doctor, now also jumped on the issue to say that look, these are the things we talk about. That look, these are things that should be at. Because when you have a country that has snakes, it means that there will be snake bites, and those are standard practices when it comes to primary health care in the country. and he talked about the things that you should normally have in a primary laboratories, because you are talking about where people are supposed to go.
Laboratories.
Do you watch one program called Snake in the City?
That
guy
Yeah, that rescues people. Yes,
part of the things he does is also to obtain snake venom.
Venoms, yes, to extract. Yeah,
he has one.
Let me tell you, we are not yet a nation. We are a collection of very selfish and wicked individuals. People who see the country as an opportunity, like I said. It's you put a leg,
turn by turn.
You put a leg in, go there, harness the resources of the country the best way you can. I told you in the same Lati case how we went to the hospital, Lagos State Hospital, near the old toll gate.
Yes.
We were told that ambulance was just parked there for decoration. It cannot move.
Not even battery inside.
They said it's not allowed to go out with oxygen. Before we got to Lati, to Lasot. Even the number that they have given to you to call, if you call, nobody will respond.
You know that, Vice, recently, there was this landlord association thing and attended. So I got back home and I'm like, who do you even call on? What is the security arrangement?
No.
And so, Vice, from the main road to my house, there's gate 1, street gate 2, street gate 3, my own gate, and then the door.
Oh.
Before I get into my house,
These are the police station.
because the nearest police station is non-existent in reality. Of if there's any problem,
Yes.
if there's a problem, I know that, and I'm sure that even if we contact that police station, there's nothing they can really do to
No,
rescue.
for make I help you with that one. See, they used to put it on airport road.
Okay.
Let's as
What's the 2734?
That's the number, the serial of the vehicle. They have number.
Yeah.
That vehicle, even a ray of sun, no day for, not be light, not light. It just a sun that shine. All the anything about light, the brake light, the front light, everything. You can't see a single one. As in, police will carry it on that road and they carry torch. The vehicle is walking out. I was not asking myself, are you safe? There is arm robber. So you
Joseph, let me tell you something. Some years ago, I bought a parcel of land from one top guy in Lagos here. I was building a house to lintel level. When I came one day, I saw that he had sold the same land to someone else, another big Nigerian. And when I went to him, he told me, "Say go to anywhere you want to go
in this country.
Nothing will happen." And I saw a Hilux van donated by social person to the police.
The person you want to go and report.
Report. Today, let me tell you, majority of our police stations are being maintained by individuals.
Strong individuals.
Yes,
and yet the police has got huge budget
every year.
Yeah.
But vehicles are still being donated to them.
Apart from vehicles being donated to them, in most states, if we remove
Out of
support
states
from the governor,
forget it,
the police will collapse.
and then if you remove the family support that they collect from the road to buy fuel for their vehicles, buy fuel for their generators, and to buy papers,
nothing.
So I think there's one of my friends have a house in Anifowoshi. The father built the house for them, but the children, these are well educated, they were not around. Another individual they don't even know, take over the house, renting it out. This guy came and announced, okay, they should evict those guys. They went to Pᴟᴟɪᴛɪᴄᴜ, took police to Anifowoshi. The police pick out coming out Wema Board Estate, come and block them. That they can
the immune system
attacks itself.
Defending the body attacks itself. That is what is happening to the police. Police is like lupus. And it's because
police blocking police. Because he said those guys that are there.
You've not seen a situation where there is a kind of relationship between our politicians. 3. Nigeria is not a country. If you look at the features of what a country should have, number 1, do you know that police can help somebody to write a statement, push the statement, get the government approved, and at the same time, police will use majority of our politicians. It's not that they have conquered Nigerians alone. They have conquered the security operatives. They have conquered all the instrumentality that you can even think of.
Even
Look at Ogun
spiritual house.
State. Look
Even
at Ogun
spiritual
State.
house.
From Bega, which happens to be the border, down to Mowe, down to, in fact, down to Shakpade. One particular woman was abusing Governor Dapo Abiodun, and some people are saying, I say, come, these particular places are my roots. There is no one single ambulance. In fact, Lagos State has even joined them. The road was done. Before the road was done, there is immediately after Fashola, there is nothing called ambulance in all strategic locations. Although you can call some certain numbers in Lagos in time of emergency, they will come around and pick, especially when they died by that machine, whatever, and they pick the person up. In Ogun State, there is nobody to call, and that is all across the state. Look, all these politicians, it's not that they have betrayed us alone. We are the one that make them rich. Majority of all those people calling wealthy, that is why I always think in 1990, before 1990, if let's say 1992, how many of the politicians? Number two, majority of these politicians are now replacing themselves with their kids, and that is another calamity that is ahead of us. Number three, we did not ask them not to steal, but give us the basic amenities. Primary health center, apart from few local government chairmen in Lagos State that are doing, at least not across all the primary health center, the primary health center in Lagos State that have laboratories. I challenge.
You are talking about Lagos.
No, I'm just using. No, don't talk about Ogun State. Ogun State did not have primary health center. There is one that Agoro. They don't have
function, but
no, they don't have. I can tell you they don't have.
They have, but it's not working.
Wait, I'm
But I've
coming.
seen some.
No, I'm coming. Some did not as assistant. I know those people living in Ijoko can bear me witness. There is only one primary health center. Let me say two. There is one at Igboro Ojoko. There is another one at Agoro. The one of Agoro, I visited the place. I met one particular woman. Maybe that one is a cleaner. She's the only one that I met, and I went there twice. So she's the only regular Monday to Friday.
Nurudeen,
so by the time you look at all these things, tell me, people in Ijoko that need primary health center, how are they going to get treatment?
The primary sector, primary health is the headquarter of the head. It's the headquarter.
It's supposed to be the first place.
Yes, because if it's properly
for minor
run,
issues, ailments that you can quickly just
seek
quick help. Why I decided that we're going to talk about, in reality, for every day you see the systemic failure that we have, and that's why Nigerians have now come up with the phrase, "May Nigeria not happen to you." Sons of Latif,
yes, that have died,
that have lost their lives because there was no basic health care for them.
What about food? Look, I said, I told someone, I said, the basic things. People are literally hungry in this country.
You saw the video of children eating from
what of people that they like they are alive but it's as good as dead? There's a woman that used to farm me come here. You got one black woman that woman. You know what happened to her? Her husband died. This woman ended up spending 6 months, at least 6 months and 2 weeks in Kirikiri prison. The fight, when we follow that kind in Alagbo, the fight that how managed she enter Kirikiri, nobody knows, because the fight was not in how do you call it, legal department. The fight fight do not pass through legal department, but it was in Kirikiri.
The call that I received now,
yes,
is a woman crying for help. Her daughter had a brain surgery 3 weeks ago, and thereafter entered into a coma about 2 weeks ago.
God.
She's been kept alive by a ventilator.
Even in Lasut, okay?
They say the cost of ventilator a day is 250.
No, maybe the ICU
is
an ICU.
It's ICU.
That's the rich one.
So they must pay.
In the poor ICU, there is no ventilator.
So they must pay.
They must pay.
Even in Lasut.
Not only that, the bed space that they gave to her that she's not even sleeping on. Our governor came there to visit someone. The mother went to cry to us, and the man gave her $500,000 towards payment of the bill. This is what we are talking about. You go to countries like other parts of the world, in Canada, even if you are a poor man, you can afford to buy food.
No, food is out of. They don't even talk about it again.
In the United States, the Department of Agriculture cooks food and through contractors, and they carry them in vehicles, go to areas where children.
Food bank, Ingo.
Food bank. Do you understand? In our own country here, even when the wife of a governor, a state governor, say she's starting a kitchen, a soup kitchen, to cater for people, it's an avenue to steal more money.
To steal more money, yes.
Because what they will even make available to the public will be nothing compared to what they are taking away.
Yeah.
So we're just a country of grifters.
Well, then let's focus on the area of education too. I spoke to somebody today. The person was bragging about some public schools in Lagos, and he said, even public school now, I don't know why people take their children to private school. I said, come, is it the public school of today? Because I also attended my own primary school here in Lagos and secondary school. Is it the one you are talking about? Are you talking about the primary school I attended that I never paid chichi throughout and I get free textbooks? Is it the one you are talking about? I know the way I wrote my these common entrance and G2 in Lagos, with free textbooks. Are you the one? Is it the one you are talking about?
Do you have tap water in your house?
Tap water. Tap water.
Now, Barrister, I want to jump into a message. Maybe you will help me give this young man a reply, even though in my mind, I already picked up the analogy of the ants in a cup of water. So sometimes I don't get disturbed about some of these things.
People who don't even understand issues.
Yeah. No.
Look,
it's okay.
They don't even understand their own pain.
But again, once you give that analogy of, even though I know where the problem,
so it can't know beyond
where the problem is coming from.
My maternal uncle,
visited
us in our house, and he saw Christian Amampo reading news on CNN.
Yes.
And we said to him, Uncle, that's a woman, very brilliant woman.
Yes.
And what did he say? He said she cannot be more brilliant than one lady in my mother's village. Lady whose highest education was primary school. And we didn't argue with him because that's all he understood.
That's this level of exposure.
So there are people like that. You don't have to argue with them because
so we have a Nigerian basically responding to our conversation, this part of the conversation, even saying there are no country on earth with more ungrateful citizens than Nigeria, according to my research. There are about 30 million students in Nigeria public primary and secondary schools today. They don't pay a dime as school fees. They have over 1 million teachers impacting knowledge on them with the hope that they will grow up to be patriotic, pay Nigerian back and rebuild Nigeria. The over 1 million teachers are paid from public treasury with taxpayers' money. These 30 million students will grow up and say Nigeria has not done anything for them, which is a shame.
I will answer him.
Okay.
The people who are the most ungrateful are those who, when you go to universities in those days, there's a cafeteria.
Yes.
There are buses that take students. You just get a ticket and go and eat. Those are the people that are really ungrateful. Now let me lecture him. Today, even in Lagos here, you can go to a school where they don't have classroom. Students are learning under trees. When it rains, recently there was a poor girl who was crying about her school that shined the light on her school in Edo. You remember?
Yes.
During Obaseki.
Yes.
And the governor had to visit. Is that what we call education? Is it
Not in Lagos.
There is one school. There is one school. Although the principal parents called me and I visited the school. Barrister Kurtis. It's a government secondary school. Number 1.
In Lagos.
In Lagos. No economics teacher. There is no physics, but there is chemistry. There is no mathematics teacher. There is no further math, but there is English. There is Yoruba teacher. CRK, IRK, they are, but government, commerce, they are not available. Literature in English, they are not available. Geography,
in a secondary school.
In a secondary school. And Lagos is the mightiest state in Nigeria.
And let me tell you.
And these are the children that are expected to compete with Chinese.
I know.
Korean.
Yes, now.
Japanese.
He said they use taxpayers' money. He should understand one thing. That those people in government, they don't pay tax. That means part of the money that he's talking about, the money of these politicians, only if the governor is paying tax tomorrow. But out of all of them, none of them have money. It's still the same thing.
I gave a story in one of our shows. Luckily, the president just go to Istanbul.
I've been talking so many times.
Yes.
I even went to a city called Buska.
Yeah, Buska. Okay,
where they were touching my skin to see whether it will peel off.
Yeah. So To the glory of God, I didn't just visit Istanbul. I had the opportunity of going through the length and breadth.
Yeah.
Go to the Lungu.
In fact, from Istanbul to a state called Nigde. Almost like traveling from Lagos to Maiduguri, because we're on all through the city of Turkey for more than 24 hours, non-stop, traveling the cities. And at a stage, we asked ourselves while on the journey that, is it that drivers don't press on or vehicles don't have on here?
No, they don't hoot.
They don't hoot.
They don't hoot on. In the United States, too.
So, number 2, sir, we said, we have not seen the vehicles even shake. No pothole. A journey of, and we saw, and along the road,
Go
barrister.
to South Africa, the same thing.
Barrister. And we saw roads that are punishing. There's no unused space. All the empty land are used for agriculture.
Yes.
Even on the side of the road. So even in villages,
But
barrister.
we have also been to Egypt.
Yes.
The same story.
Cairo. Maybe people just went to Morocco.
The same story.
Some of our reporters, lady reporters, went to cover the AFCON in Morocco. And when they came back, if I tell you what they said and how annoyed they are, and I say, I can't blame you.
But look at the guy who sent this kind of message.
He maybe never reached airport before, self.
And so you can't.
You understand? Our lady reporters, so they went to AFCON
Can I tell you something?
and they came visibly annoyed.
You can't miss what you never had.
Barrister.
Look, the people who carried out the French Revolution, they were not poor people. I think people must understand that.
Yes.
They were those who used to have, and the system made them poor. So they missed what they used to have. They championed the revolution. The poor can't champion any revolution.
Yes.
Because they have no expectation.
Because you don't.
So when you have not visited anywhere outside of Nigeria,
Barrister.
even in Nigeria, you have not visited, you have not even come to a place like Lagos or Kano and all that.
So while even discussing the level of development that we had seen in Turkey, we went through, there was a train that took us from Ankara to Istanbul.
Which is the cap?
Yeah, the capital city, train going through the ocean, through the water, through rocks and tunnels. And so while we're even discussing that level of development, going back to how the Turkish people took themselves out of that development, how that if God had given them that thing, that it can bet to be that there will be no country in the world that will be able to stand Turkey. And I said, what is this thing you are talking about? I said, they don't have oil.
They don't.
Yeah. Turkey don't have oil.
They don't have oil.
That despite what I have seen, all through their borders with Syria and what have you, that they've been searching.
If at least
that
they can
just try them with oil. And
do you know how much they made through tourism?
And so he looked at me and like, he saw the smirk on my face. Oh, we are not a producing nation, Nigeria, and I got the message immediately. Yes. Well, we'll rest. Let
me just add this to it, because for me, I think what we should be playing people with conscience and people with how do you call it, a brilliant individual. Do you know? Let me put my school, Unilag.
Yes.
The more money student pay in Unilag, because school fees have increased more than life.
Yes, with me. Yes, people are now paying in Unilag.
So before we have some students who some people pay, they are graduate. The lease is almost 400 plus.
Yes, now.
The same utility bill for both for master level, utility bill is 40,000 and every student you pay 40,000. Do you know that sometimes you are in Unilag, 2 days no light, except maybe light will be in the Senate building, so that the old school you want to type something except they will not you are paying 40,000.
In last week, I think by 2 o'clock everything done.
Those ones they have structure.
so just
whatever you want to do within that period, 9 to 2.
A university where students must shut down because there's no light.
See, look, when we say things like this, people think we hate our country.
No, they love the country. We don't love the country.
I will be the proudest citizen of Nigeria to carry my country to the world. Look, here is the reality. If we don't tell ourselves the truth, nobody will tell us. In my place, they say if you bewitch yourself, nobody can help you.
Of course.
Someone heard the truth. Do you realize that even our leaders, and I'm talking about different levels, do not understand that they are not giving their best to the people?
Yes.
Just these little things that they do They are so.
They will now run campaign on it.
These guys travel abroad. They go to the United Kingdom. They go to Turkey. They go all over the places, and they see how ordinary citizens have access to basic things.
Basic, very basic.
But and then you see some of them go for our own people.
Barrister, if we will use let's just say use the show to rant. I was having a conversation with someone about the prospects of Lagos as a state. I need to come back to Lagos. And some of the girls, some of our reporters who had gone to Morocco came back to say, they rode on trains, there was tram. Like, we have been on this monorail of Lagos now.
Red line.
Since when?
Blue line.
And the farthest we can go,
What?
Nurudeen, is from CMS to my 2.
Can I tell you something today? Rwanda is a country. Rwanda does not earn. In fact, let me put it this way: that Lagos earn more money than Rwanda.
The economy of Lagos.
Yes.
The economy of Lagos does not have state police. Lagos does not have foreign service and all others. Why is Rwanda
running well?
Running better
than Lagos, our
go to
one
Rwanda.
state.
Why I need to hate my own country? It's like hating my country is hating myself. Everything that we have been talking about.
They want us to be delusional like them.
It's simply like make things better.
That's all.
Because we've got what it takes to make it better.
It's so bad today that even the president of the country
cannot even receive treatment
in his own country.
He's not even keen on staying in the country for long.
Yes.
He has to go out.
There is no facility for him to use.
So,
before we move on, another thing again that we need to let our politicians to know, and these things are critical things. Number one, we've talked about education, which is public education. Fuhad, if you have children in tertiary institution now, even if they are attending federal government owned institution, how many people can nurse fund? For now it's even stopped. Then 2 is the food. Fuhad, fasting is coming. After fasting, we are going to have Christian fast too.
Yeah.
Now look at it now that people cannot even have money to buy food to eat.
People are complaining that food is too cheap.
No,
those guys live in.
He said
they live in another life.
Nigerians who are now complaining that food is too cheap.
I will tell you, these guys live in alternative.
Yes.
They don't live.
They don't live with us. No, they don't live with us.
They live in the moon.
They live in the moon. That's the reason. Then the third one is Pᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄᴅᴜ. Please, healthcare facilities. It's so bad that at times, every time, there was a guy that called on our program on the ground from 2016 till 2013 till 2020. Ejila is within the boundary of Igbesa and Isheri. There is no Pᴏʟɪᴛ center. They have to bring him affordable to the poor. At least we can still be celebrating. Then another one is the good road. See, you see Ogun State and road. I don't want to talk about anything that has to do with Ogun State in terms of rural road. But government generally things they should focus on that particular things, because I must complain that there is no.
Again, this conversation. We give glory to God. I think it's now being posted on social media. My wife was showing it to me earlier in the morning. The lady that was kidnapped.
Yes.
On our see the mother of this girl. In fact, somebody called me and said, the mother is even like a sister to me. Going from one market to another market by Kurtis Adigba, begging to raise money for her.
I told you I saw it on TV.
On TV.
Yeah.
So as we speak today, for people who are still justifying the shenanigans we have, that we call government.
Let me tell you.
And that there are people who are still justifying the nonsense we have.
I won't call the guy's name. You all know in this studio that I supported Buhari from the very beginning. I was one of his strongest supporters. But at some point, when I noticed that the goods were not being delivered, they talk about dividends of democracy. What we receive is dividends of pain. Called me several names. When I talked about insecurity, the fact that Buhari and his family can move, governors can move, but ordinary Nigerians cannot move. The young man attacked me. 2 weeks later, after that encounter, on his way to Abuja, he was kidnapped on the road. The family came on Facebook, they raised money, they paid the ransom, but he was killed. And what was going through my mind when he was kidnapped, he said, this young man who
As we put it.
what would be going through his mind when these people took him? That's the kind of situation we found ourselves.
But Gafwa, we have Tanko here now. The other day, Tanko was on the
Kobe Tanko in
yes,
Kaduna
from
State,
South Kaduna and that.
Yes.
By his calculation with names, 304 people
and
were under
as we speak.
Those guys, nobody is discussing anything about
As
them.
we speak this evening, unless something has happened just 5-10 minutes before we came into the studio, there are still people who have been abducted in southern Kaduna. We can argue about the numbers, whether 300 or 177. But the reality is that
with name,
this is the second Sunday.
They are still in captivity.
Yes,
as
no,
well.
is it third Sunday? No, third Sunday.
Third Sunday, yes.
But if possible, they can tell that they are fine.
But then the government sent Matawali to the country. We want to see the country better.
Yes.
Lift all boats.
Is it not this the same country, Fuhad? That I will leave Oyigbo here
At night.
down to Yobe at night, and I'm going to resume work in Kano by 7 a.m. By 6 a.m. I'm already there. I can travel at any time of the day to any part of the country.
You know what a rising tide does? If there's a rising tide on the ocean, it lifts up everything that is there.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference. Whether you are connected, you are not connected. That is the kind of country.
Take him there.
Take him.
I know, Barrister, our politicians are also very brazen in the things they do. Have you noticed that deliberately now they are putting our children in our faces?
Yes.
Deliberately putting them on the podium during
Tell ourselves the truth. And you know the FCT minister, you see him and his son, his first son.
I think Dave Umahi too recently.
Yes,
my son is going for local government chairman.
Yeah,
That's
so
when he said
I'm going to provide water.
My family has so much money, they have so much power now they can sponsor anything.
when the guy was campaigning,
I'll bring water.
Infrastructure.
you know, and I will tell people that look, you can't be more Nigerian than us. In Lagos, you cannot be more Lagosian than me. I've told them. And with my level of news to develop this state, if you don't know, I cannot help you.
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
109.
Yes. Senators.
Yes.
And the House, I think, is
360
360 House of Reps.
Add the two of them together. Just about 500
something, yeah.
Do you know? No, it's not to 500.
No,
we are 4 something, yeah.
Do you know how much budget?
Monitoring
Do
you know what
constituency projects and what have you.
Just look at it. So when you are complaining of the State House of Assembly, State Houses of Assembly, it's all over the state. Do you know that we have 36 state houses of assembly?
We don't really probe budgets of states like we do.
There is no state that has less than 20 members.
Yes, that is a list.
Put that together, multiply. They allow. So basically, this country.
Before you go to state hospitals, you must know somebody there for you to have a soft landing. Which kind of country is that?
A state where the party chairman died in government
house and there's no ambulance.
Budgeting 68 million.
Ambulance. And they are budgeting 68 million
and
for
that state 68 million to primary health care centers. And the sad part is, Barrister, and I've always heard about the thing about data boys, that there are people who are paid to just defend the government, blah, blah, blah.
It's okay. Let them continue.
I used to think it's just mere words that it doesn't really. So when the Ekiti thing happened, again, you expect that there will be reactions on social media. There are people who are going to jump on it. And so I saw a young man who was replying VDM, also Luafemi.
That's what they named the long.
And he said it's from Ekiti State.
And when he writes, all their group, we start
praising.
Like to the village of the governor. He's still in red mode if it rains.
You know.
They will come.
And what I said when he wrote, I told him, I said, first of all, I said, I know that your infant milk, none, has been lacking for some time, but some now I know where you can find some. Go and get some so that you can drink and let your brain come back. But after that, I told him something. You are entitled to your opinions, but not your facts. And the facts speaks differently
to what you are saying.
Look at my state. I was in Benin the other day. They were asking us to rush to leave airport. That's Benin airport, because I think they say immediately after said they need another airport.
Okay,
they want to build.
Which airport will they carry the 2.5 million votes Abuja.
No, he has promised the president 2.5 million
No,
votes.
I'm talking of let the.
I'm saying that.
Maybe don't have paper
when they don't finish the vote.
If they don't finish, they have to carry.
to carry the vote to come
They have to use another special airport.
You are annoyed that he's building an
No,
airport.
there's an airport in Benin that is not functioning very, very well. So I was thinking, okay,
Take money from the new one that is going to award.
What are you saying now?
Why are you talking like this now?
The more you create more, the more money you
you are
get.
creating problems.
So barrister, I had to now dig deep into the guy to even check.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you like to even check them out.
That who is this person?
So that you can put them where they are. Say, okay, I understand where the problem is coming from. So when I got into his page, I saw that okay, for data boys,
The governor in Nigeria that doesn't have data.
Let me tell you how you are that Nigeria was not doing. Because you see, it's so even on thing. I don't even know how they are able to bring themselves to do
I
it.
know, funny thing, barrister, I keep telling people that look, if it's about what we want to hit off,
What
to
about,
begin to also say
what about look at the guy in Joseph State.
yes,
Who is the what?
the trusted son of
Akpako.
The way the guy normally put at that one, I always
He
laugh.
said the governor of Edo and the governor of Kogi, they are working together now.
Akpako.
Akpako.
I also saw before we move.
if one of the guys
of Tinubu, even the other one don't trust.
You know, I just saw something again, just addition to what we're saying. There's a group campaigning for former governor Yahaya Bello to be the chairman
of the party
of the presidential campaign council of Tinubu in 2020. No, the whole of the country. That they are a group and they are campaigning for former governor Yahaya Bello to be the chairman of presidential campaign council.
Why are they not campaigning for him to be vice president?
And I say, so to be president of presidential campaign council now, political roundtable mainland 98.3 FM. You know, again, people have accused us of discussing too much politics without talking about the realities of the people. And I say something.
What can be more real than the things we
spoke about it.
Yes.
And I keep telling people, and if there are politicians out there listening to me this evening, I said it in Yoruba, I'll say it in English again. You continue to steal, continue to take in Ikeja. You know, he has malls on Allen Avenue, Awolowo Way. He's from Edo State. So we're having a conversation. There was a business that we're supposed to do. One of the biggest guys. I said, one thing that shocked him about this life is how things change very fast. He said half of the properties he bought in Ikeja to rebuild on were sold to him by children and families of top politicians before. That the children of all these big politicians, Second Republic, that have stolen the ones we used to celebrate, the big ones.
That's why they
their children.
That's why they say the children you don't train. We sell everything that they have acquired.
Yes.
They are just selling everything. That some of them, after selling it, few months after, he will look at them and say,
But you collected billions now.
Former chief justices, big names, they've just sold their power. So continue to steal.
Don't worry.
But that God will not repay them.
Surely.
Unless
I was told a story by a friend from Imo State that one of the richest guys in Imo State died and was going to be buried. And one of these guy who is insane, but even the insane people have lucid moments.
Of course, yes.
So he came, he stood by when the man was being buried.
It's in the grave.
And people say you are mad and drove him away. But they talked about what he said. And this is the reality. You see, all that they are looting and stealing and keeping the people poor will not even benefit them in any way.
Yes.
Some of them will take the money abroad, they die. The children don't even know, don't even have access to the money. Yeah. We are still bringing Abacha's money back.
As if it's only Abacha that even
only Abacha.
That's campaigning. And then suddenly he's buying all the houses in your local government, building the best hotels, and you think that there will be consequences for some of those things. I think we can continue to for us here, we'll bring these issues up because we know Nigerians deserve better.
Yes.
We know our government can do more and better for the people, and we'll continue to have this conversation. See, political roundtable, mainland 98.3 FM. Barrister Kurtis Adigba, these 7 governors of the opposition that look, you know what, I'm going to work for the president. So we don't know how it's going to work because we know the number of votes that brought him to.
Let me.
Well, we said he's going to work for the president.
I'm not going to preempt you.
Yes,
but I know that Charles Oludo won his last election because Anambra people didn't find another candidate suitable to give the election to.
So he was just
they didn't believe that Nicholas Ukachukwu is a good replacement
for him,
for Soludo. Any governor who is promising Tinubu votes from the southeast is only looking for favor. We saw in the last election, notwithstanding that these governors won their elections, because we say all politics is local. In Nigeria today, when you talk about real popularity, real love and affection,
real one,
there is no governor in the southeast that Peter Obi will stand.
That will not defeat.
What are you talking?
Easily.
Let's tell ourselves the truth. It's just like, even in Lagos here, he beat the president. Do you understand?
And it's not just a joke.
In Nasarawa, Obi won in Nasarawa. Obi won in Edo. Here is that, look, these people are trying to curry favor. Even when we talk about 7 opposition governors, where are they in opposition?
In reality.
Let's tell ourselves the truth. Is it Seyi Makinde? Seyi Makinde is the second-time governor.
So it's not really going to be too...
And you heard Florence Ajimobi saying, power belongs to God, but we beg God to give to us.
They say na AI.
Even which AI? If that thing was AI, then me, I'm sitting there in the studio.
It's AI.
So Dauda is muzzled all around. Matawale is there, you know. And Dauda has been speaking. He said, the problem in Zamfara, I can solve. Give me the military. We know the bandits.
I know where they are.
We can go after them. But there's no political courage and will on the part of the government to do so. The same thing Erufai talked in Kaduna. Governors. Seyi Makinde is the second.
So they don't even exist in reality.
Alex Oti.
Bala Mohammed is a 2-time governor already.
Bala is a 2-time governor. Alex Oti.
But for people like Alex Oti,
yes.
What do you think they... Because Alex Oti seemed
to
Theology, yes.
And then
and clearly failure back to back for Abia Bank.
Yes, now.
And then
those two orgies.
Association of failed governors
in Abia State.
And then one of
not small failure.
One of a pampered legislator who calls himself Benjamin KANO,
who just
Abia must belong to the center. These governors will pledge loyalty to the president. You know why? Because they know that their victory depends on how the police is used. Today, there are 2 things you need to win an election in Nigeria. You need INEC, and then you need the police.
Barrister, I'm worried.
And now, you know, and the funny thing is that one of the problems that we face in our country,
yes,
you know, once somebody has been declared the winner and sworn in, especially the state governor, he has the resources of the state
to fight it.
So what it means is just win anywhere,
anyhow.
That's why there's been this push to amend the Electoral Act to the extent that the person will not be sworn in
until the cases have been completed. Yeah.
But you know what? But once someone, for instance, if you declare me the governor today, and I have the state resources at my disposal, I will go
for the best lawyers.
To get the best, and the best lawyers are not necessarily lawyers that will perform in court.
Yes,
Kurtis Adigba.
Lawyers that have contact.
There's the talk about electoral reforms. In fact, there's a bill that has already been passed by the House of Reps. The Senate was supposed to sit on it. A committee has been formed to report back, I think, on Tuesday to plenary. Piecemeals were part of the recommendations of Justice ᴏᴜᴜᴜ.
Yes.
Why do we have a situation where since 2009, presidents after presidents, we just want to approach it piecemeal without what you can call a holistic review?
So why do we have a situation whereby we've been amending the Constitution and we have not dealt with any of the key issues?
The real issues.
Resource control and co. We always put it late. Yes. Till another election was.
I remember Nurudeen telling me that state police.
No, I'm waiting for 2027 when this first tenure ends. I will now say that I said that state police under this president, it will never happen.
We said it here now that no, you see, one of the reasons why America became very great or great is because America had something to aspire to, and every leader had something at the back of his mind. They say working towards a greater purpose. Now, if you cannot live for purposes bigger than you,
I will live after you.
You cannot build legacy of the Dominican Republic.
Who has all the power? But
before him, so the presidents were spending like four terms. When he won the election, he felt it was
too much,
not good for the country. Winning 30 out of 32 senators.
So he's total
winning
majority.
300 out of just about 345 or so House of total majority to amend the Constitution. What did he do? He amended the Constitution to reduce the term of the president
From
to
4
only
to 2.
2 terms of 4 years.
Somebody who had the opportunity to even extend it.
To extend
it.
To now say there will not be term limit again.
And
And
give
then-
the judiciary
He removed the office of the attorney general
general.
from the president, bring charges against the president, and send the president to jail. But what have we done here? We are not even pushing. Look, I know it was in this studio I said, how does anybody expect the current president to do electoral reforms when he believes that the election that brought him to power was the best? This president lost in Lagos, his strongest base.
That means the
That
election.
evidence, that's
So that means
that's
the election was okay.
is-
now compare this president to Yar'Adua,
The late Yar'Adua.
who deeply flawed. That were his words.
Yes.
They were deeply flawed.
Flawed.
He said, however, I will leave the verdict to the court.
To the court to decide.
Again, because the court of law, like Justice Wende Holmes said, is not a court of justice. Those justices found excuses not to nullify the election. Tell you, it's substantial compliance. Unlike
I know anything substantial can be anything.
unlike in Kenya,
Yeah. Where it happened.
in fact, the last election that produced ᴏᴜᴅᴜᴜ, the current president, under Uhuru Kenyatta, that election would have gone for a runoff, but the Constitutional Court of Kenya looked at it with the tiniest margin
Say,
of victory.
Let it pass.
They upheld that election. And that's why William Ruto today is president.
But for me, Fuad, I think now it's not a matter of maybe opposition governors, maybe the ruling party, but in times of what democracy is found on, democracy is not found on one party states. If you look at the etymology of what democracy, the one that America is preaching to the world, it is not for one party.
No, they will
state.
tell you we can't have a one party state too.
So-
I've seen some of our
But one thing that
even say, oh, they can't be one party state.
they don't know
Anybody
what
that is saying that
no,
is
they
not-
don't know what they
So,
call
and
a
in
party
truth-
to
and-
them.
And in truth, we don't have a one party state.
No, you know one thing that people don't understand. So all those good party, you are calling it a party.
They are political parties.
By INEC, they are political party.
Let me
The
tell
party
you
that ordinarily
Those who talk about Nigeria not being a one-party state,
Yeah.
they actually do not know what they are saying.
yes.
Because even in countries like Tanzania,
Yes.
where we've had one party from 1960
Ruling.
ruling, which is the TANO. They can give it any other name, Tanzanian something. The reality is that there are still political parties that exist in this
Yes.
country
For the sake of existing.
for the sake of existing.
Yes.
Now, when a one-party state occurs when you have a super dominant party in
Yes.
the political
Taking
system.
majority of everything.
So you understand. But of course, like I've always said, and people forget from losing the election.
elections.
And that's why I've said things about how Nigeria will improve. You know why? Because if the country improves, it improves for all of us.
Yes.
I've always said this in. I say people will not believe, but I pray it's
No.
also better.
Yes.
The lives of my children are also
Be better.
better. People think that he's not identified as president of Tinubu, he's identified as
President
president
of
of Nigeria.
Nigeria.
I had people, when he went to Turkey and that thing, I had people coming from all over the world to say, what is going on in your country?
No, when Trump sanctioned sanctioned
I don't know whether Rabiu Kwankwaso, but the NNPP still say that Governor Abba Yusuf's defection to the APC would only bring back history. And I look, it has happened before in the 80s when
Bakinzo,
detaching himself from Aminu Kano,
He lost to Bakinzo.
and Бʀᴜᴜᴜ defeated him. As because look, if you are looking at one refined with brilliant rhetorics, a man of finesse politically,
Abubakar Rimi.
you have to look at Abubakar Rimi.
Yes, when he talks,
When he talks,
You know, he was the one who went against the PDP zoning system.
yes.
Challenge Obasanjo.
Yes, but in those days, that was a young, brilliant man factor. The rest today is history because a little unknown Бʀᴜᴜᴜ defeated him,
yes.
and with a landslide. And so what people are saying is that, look, this betrayal of Abba Yusuf will come with consequences. But also people have said that, look, this is not 1980. We are talking about Abba Yusuf who has gone to align himself
With the president.
with a president who is completely political, who is going to use state powers, federal might, And that we must also remember that there's also the APC that is not completely small in Kano to give him that support. Will the Pᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄᴅᴛ movement, put up what it takes?
Yes. Also, the dramatics, but here's the. I'm not sitting here saying Rabbi Kwakwanso can fit any just candidate and beat Abba, but also we must be realistic that even Abba's movement to APC is creating its own political earthquake, in the sense that those who had stood with Ganduje, who left Rabbi
wondering,
they've come back
for picking Abba.
They are already pitching tent again.
Who are angry.
They've come back
now with Abba promise an automatic ticket.
They are lining that back.
Those guys are moving away and moving towards
Kwakwanso. I think the deputy governor is here to move.
Yeah, that one said it's not moving.
With Abba Yusuf.
So you see, the Kano politics is unpredictable. But one thing you must know, Kano.
When he was still a politician, nobody in the history of Kano, political history of Kano, not even Aminu Kano, that have the stretch of years, at least from 1999 till date, the only time that he was out of Kano,
that's Kwakwanso.
Kwakwanso is only 8 years of Ibrahim Shekarau, and at that time he got a ministerial appointment. Don't forget.
So he was still on ground.
He was, and another thing again is that this ᴏᴟɪᴅᴛ movement, I've said it and I will repeat it. It goes beyond NNPP. There are some certain people that with Abba today that they are ᴏᴟɪᴅᴛ when the jungle mature.
But Abba Yusuf has not even dropped.
It is the ᴏᴟɪᴅᴛ movement that makes
APC and the ᴏᴟɪᴅᴛ.
Well, it can be, because we see when you talk to people, they will tell you that Abba Yusuf moved to APC with all the senators. He moved to APC with 9
House of Reps.
House of Reps we are talking about. In the National Assembly, they've not told us that they've defected,
Anyway.
But quickly,
allow you to talk. Let me just Pastor Ambrose. Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening.
I greet everybody.
I greet you too.
Thank you. Fuad.
Yes.
Each time we talk like this, you know what I want? Can we have a free, fair, and credible election in this country?
I can't answer that one.
That's the only way anybody can say they are popular. When do we talk, they say, nowhere in the world you have free, fair, and credible election.
Who says?
That's what they keep being fair and square. That is it, because you see all of these things that we are talking, the day my vote counts, the day your vote counts, I am telling you, Nigeria will experience development. And secondly, the INEC, I have 4 children now who are eligible to vote. Do you know where they will have to go and register? Go come 5,000. Do you think I will be able to do all of that? This is the problem we have in this country. Let us have free and credible election. Then you will begin to see that all these governors, all these senators, they will sit up. But all the things we are saying today is
913600. Yes, you just said.
Yes, quickly. I think election in Kano, we just pray that INEC and police should help allow the will of the people.
Well, Kano can be very volatile.
But through election that brought this guy, that made them to ship that CP of Kano, they who stand that Diko, his Chaibu Diko, who stand and say no, let the right thing be done. Before you know that they post him out of Kano, and they brought here is the AIG that.
And what happened to the electoral commissioner with his wife?
I do tell us in the studio.
Good evening.
My name is Prince Y:Soᴛᴜᴅᴛ from Osodi, sitting in the center of universe. Number one, we need a electoral reform. But the politicians respond themselves. That's a big question to all of us. Because the top 4 today, majority of Nigeria politicians are potential election riggers. Why? Those who are in governor, some put their local government election. The governor was outright. The one of Labour, NNPP, APC, PDP, anyone that conduct election in this country, the sitting government also wants to say it me. After reform the electoral law, the politicians reform themselves, but the better one will emerge. And again, I want to say categorically, in this country today, we must wish our government well. Nigeria will get better. Reform we have realized about the wisely. I understand this evening.
All right, thank you.
I think that is.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Malam Salah.
Yeah, Malam Salah, good evening.
First of all, I want Oga Barrister to educate me maybe after my submission.
Okay.
How many parties the America have? Is it only Democrat and Republican?
No.
Multi-party
Okay, that's
country.
since I was born, I think there was not any president that became, in America, outside Republican or Democrat.
Not and all kind of, and they're Republican Democrat until they change their names.
Okay. This is number one. First, I told you about 2 weeks ago when this issue of Abba came up. I said that this history will repeat itself of 1983. Maybe I don't tell you that one before now on this podcast. So, fellow politicians like Abba, cannot stand anything. It's fellow politician. Okay, tell me his backbone now. The people behind him. Is it Gandija that will make and to win election in Kano? Gandija that lost election on seat when he was even a sitting governor. His son lost election when he was a sitting governor. Are you taking a deputy senate president? Who is he politically in the Kano? And when people talk of federal might, when people talk of federal might, when people talk of federal might, are you telling me that where bomb will blast at Ikeja, people will go and die for Kana for Ejibo?
No.
Bomb and gun become part of us. You understand? We became part of it. So gun will not be a threat to us. This is for that. My solution of the first item on the kind of leaders we have. You see, if you look at it carefully, sir, from 1999 up to date, all the presidents we have, they have issues. Either they have mental issues, or they have health issues, or they have one way or the other, or integrity issues. Okay, let me take before I go, sir, because of time. Look at Obasanjo, for example. This is somebody that have sentenced today. They have sentenced him today. He has that trauma, they converted that, and the person that sent him today, he's ready to execute him. Under that trauma, he converted to life prison. From nowhere, Abacha died, he became. Under before 1 year, he became a president. That trauma is still in him. That is why you see some of his action, you answer yourself. You understand? Are you taking of Yaradua, who already is collapsing when he cannot come? Are you taking of Jonathan that is only being prepared? Are you, just look at them now. So that is why we have this issue of leadership or that kind of thing.
All right.
You understand?
Thank you, Malam Salah. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
This is Okangbelina.
Yes.
From Mafuluku.
Is there light?
No light.
My barrister.
No light.
I have reason now not to vote for this APC. For 2 weeks now, no light. For 2 weeks now, not even flash. There's no light in Mafuluku at all. Lie.
See?
So I have reason not to vote for them. And for the person that sent you that message initially that you read, I'm sure that message is from the center of the universe. That message must come from the center. Look at how we are suffering here, and people will still come and be telling us things that, look, I just feel like dying for some of these people that come and be tolerating the mediocrity that we are seeing here. My barrister, I am very, very annoyed though. I don't want anybody to come here and start telling us that we should support the government or the government did this and that.
Please calm down.
I'm very, very annoyed with some of them coming from the center of the universe.
Can you just leave the sentence? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening to everybody in the house.
Good evening.
I usually do not like to call. I love to listen more. But I needed
and it's nice to hear a female voice, This
yes,
evening.
my name is Tina from Egbeda.
Tina, okay, yes.
Yes, I love to talk with low class.
It's privilege.
And
then,
yeah. So some days ago, one Malam was telling me, I just put up a political discussion with him and said, Madam, forget all these things that they do. Our people cannot win. Obi cannot win. Tinubu has it all. He has everything. An illiterate Malam was telling me this. He said Tinubu has brought everybody over. He's not saying that. He knows that I love to say the truth. I love to stand for the truth. Okay, 2 days ago, a widow showed me a paper. And she told me that about 150 of them have been given 70,000 naira. He said, why did you tell me not to go to this government? At least she told me I go stop from this one now. They tell me, say, me cannot vote for this government. At least that's giving me some incentive of governance to the government is very low. National Nigerian University Agency, they are doing nothing. No orientation to educate Nigerians about elections in Nigeria, about governance in Nigeria. So most, even as low as 500,000, people will still collect. And things are going just bad and bad every hour, every minute, every day. I go in the morning, I see children cross and just follow me. I said, mommy, please give me food to eat. And they speak good English. Not that they don't know that they speak good English.
Thank you, Tina.
I'm so surprised.
Thank you, Tina. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Fuhad.
Yes, good.
Abubakar Yusuf. I think the guy is making a serious mistake. The federal might, KANO state is a very different state. The political culture within that state and how they get their own taste on, in fact, it's very, very different. I don't think Tinubu can just go there and just order anything. It's better for him to go back to NNPP and remain there, so that at the end, that second time, he will be able to sustain it. Law is not court of justice. I so much love that statement. It means we have a problem in this country. And by the reality of everything, we are good.
No, you get that one. Now, God get that one. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, the four wise men in the studio.
Good evening.
My name is the NNPP has been personalized. I know that, yes, I know that Alhaji Rabi Musa Kwankwaso is one of the national leaders or a national leader, but it's not for the chairman, you understand? And it's not the founder of NNPP. Now, when we are talking about that again, I see Yusuf maybe as a forerunner for Rabi, because it is clear that he has not actually joined any party. Now, he has not even joined AGC. It's not clear that he has joined AGC. So he may be a forerunner, he may eventually join APC.
Now, Kwankwaso will still join APC.
The campaign is concerned. But let us just oppose it to that of Rivers. I don't know why many Nigerians are necessarily emotional and very pretentious and in fact hypocritical. Why am I saying that? They are supporting Kwankwaso in KANO State, but in Rivers State, the reverse is the case. They are supporting the so-called gospel, the mentee. Why? That is the question. Why, please? Answer that question. Thank you so much.
Okay, you want to answer him or you want me to? He's saying that what's the difference between what has happened in Rivers State and
if not for the defection of Abba.
Did you know that there was a problem? And even at this defection, have you not seen the way he has handled
this? No chaos, and he didn't know the way Kwankwaso is relevant in KANO compared to weekend.
Hello, good evening.
Did Kwankwaso go visit local government?
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
I agree.
Good evening.
Well, I quite agree with some of your analysis. Or one thing I just observed in your analysis is you identified the challenges, the problem. Now, how do we move forward? How do we navigate this process? Are you, as we speak today, the APC, of course, apart from any other party, they are doing party registration and we are recording the millions. I'm telling you, we are recording the millions. Now, how do we get it right? It's easy to say, okay, yeah, people are hungry, there is no good road, there is no, how do we...
How did you get it right in your family? What did you do to keep your family out of hunger?
Of course, I work.
You work? So let the country work for the people. Okay. That's why we elected them.
Now, and wait, Joshua. You say
my question.
Oh yeah, your question.
Let me ask my question.
Yes.
It's easy to say you want to work. Do you work? How are you working? Yes, I'm telling you that we speak today. The government is working for some people.
For some people.
So
beautiful.
We are the same page.
Is the government elected to work for some people?
Now, how do we work? There are some brilliant people in this country who can put this country in order. But now, if we continue this way and we say, okay, now, just identify the problem and leave it like that.
Okay.
How do we make it happen?
You can't accuse us of identifying and providing
solutions. If you have listened to us carefully today,
we are not the government to apply them.
Wait, let me tell you some of the solutions we've given this evening. Gege Joshua, if you have listened carefully to us, we talk about accountability.
Yes.
Proper application and judicious use of the resources of the people.
Yes.
That is a suggestion, but we are not in government to do
We
it.
talked about people living for higher costs.
Causes than their own personal
themselves.
causes. We've talked about free and fair elections. We can only say it. Are we going to go and get election done properly by the people?
Are we the INEC?
Are we the INEC? We can only do
Look at what is government elected to serve some few
some people. You said it.
Like
and another solution is to ensure that government serves everybody, not just a few.
And when you talk about legislation, I mean,
they say they register 7 million people.
How many people voted for? How many people picked Nicholas Ukachukwu in Anambra State to be candidate of APC? Where were the same people when it came to election?
And for the fact that some people are being forced to register does not mean it's going to
No, I don't even know. But the party I'm even surprised that they had to extend registration before the APC congresses. State congresses.
Now,
yes.
If you know what is happening
in the last election in Anambra, the party primaries.
Yes.
You know how Ukachukwu came up with millions of
votes
of those who voted
for him to be party primary, party
when
candidate.
Came to the
real election.
Where were the people?
You don't even see 200,000.
Is it right?
Hello, good evening. I wanted to just take the last call.
You know, people are look. From the time of Obasanjo up until now, Nigerians who are voting in.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
And this is Olaiwola from
yes,
the
Olaiwola.
I want to tell one of your callers the difference between the river and KANO.
Yes.
When the governor want to defeat, when the governor want to defect to another party.
Yes.
He negotiate with the House of Assembly.
Yes. That
in case if I go, my interest will be another problem. If I not go with them, he negotiate with them. The problem where Fubara have in Rivers State is because of his problem. The day that he know that he cannot be loyal to Wike, he Rivers State freely. But because of ignorance of his political life, he did not even align with the House of Assembly. He just decided to rule the state on his own principle. Right. And that is why the Rivers State have problem. If you have only 50 House of Assembly in Rivers State, you could have not have a problem that you're having today.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, Fuad.
Yes. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Bolaji from Ijoko.
Yes, Mr. Bolaji.
You know, Fuad, I'm always an advocate of 46 other mineral resources.
Yes.
Just as Barrister has rightly said. And when you move to Turkey, you saw what happened. So that is, I have been advocate of this. I've been calling you. When do we have this thing? These people are just eating us to bone, and they come out with a tax this thing. So where are we? Let me chip in this one. When I was in Holland one day, I took a train to Nijmegen with one to take picture with this guy. I said, you are a fool. So I will get up. Who wanted to take picture with that man? Later they now ask me what was the problem. I explained to them they are the people who are ruining our nation, who are destroying our nation.
All right, let's take this last call and then read the messages we have on Facebook. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Agbede. I am calling you from Akoro.
Yes.
I greet everybody.
I greet you.
In as much as we still have all these characters, most of whom are supposed to be in serious correction center, whereby we will be taking our children and grandchildren to go and watch. As an example of how to live a purposeful life in position of authority, we will not find it easy. We will not find it easy.
Yes.
Because if they are not ready to change, changes must change them. Changes just have to change them. These people will never change.
House of Assembly.
We are just a tenant to them. We are not a citizen. We are a tenant to them. They don't even recognize us at all. So there must be drastic solution for drastic problem. Good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Mafuluku as a representative in the National Assembly.
Okay.
How can people be with 2 weeks without light and nothing?
Mr. Barrister, some people are 6 months, no light.
All right, the statement from the Federal Medical Center, we just so that we can
proper treatment
that they gave the proper treatment to
just like FMC Abeokuta is giving proper treatment.
It was released from the presidency. That statement.
I'm wondering
why the president
when the RPRO in that hospital.
You understand?
And you know the sad part of it all is that the girl is not alive to.
The funny thing is that when
say whether
you know what happens in this country. Government agencies
need to quickly take the messages on Facebook. John Bernard, some of these long messages, I'll just take a part of it. Yes, we Nigerians have been betrayed by our leaders, especially since the coming of democracy. The politicians only come to us during campaign and disappear till next 4 years. Thank you That's a longer message, but I have to just take it. Governors are instruments of election, but they can't force the mind of the people. Fuad, I like your simple. Thank you. We have Oluwayomi Abayomi. Okay, I read that message. It was the man that sent the other message of Nigeria. Good evening, Mr. Fuad. My greetings to the wise men of the house. Mr. Kurtis Adigba and Nurudeen, please, I wish people can touch briefly on the APC 100 men that allegedly unleashed terror on the Labour Party at their meeting venue recently. Well, we saw that in the reports, but I'm sure that will come up in some of our other shows. Udo Bless said, good evening, house. Please discuss PDP court judgment. A lot of back and forth on that. I'm sure if you keep listening to us on some of our shows, we'll talk about it. Joseph Elom saying, I love you guys. Please keep it up. Thank you. Wasiu Lawal is saying, my brother, tell them, especially those in the studio now, but they won't. Okay, I think he's just responding to one of the messages. Sunday Noah saying, good evening, friends. Nigeria is under patriotic leaders in all shapes. Infrastructure and social amenities can never be good, provided as resources are being looted. It's only ambulance you can hear siren. Even Turkey police don't use siren. No motor. You hardly hear. Okay, it's talking about the fact they don't hoot. You just everywhere is okay. All right, Oluwadare Busayo me OBJ say good evening, guys. God bless you. I'm from Ekiti, but I'm ashamed of myself for the kind of useless.
That everything is fine in Ekiti.
I don't even.
But when
I'm afraid I was going to ask you, sir, please, yes. Because you are the political journalist. Is it true that Reno, maybe it was social media, that Reno Omokri is going to be taken down from the ambassador?
I don't know, and I really don't. Honestly, I don't care.
So we can't.
I don't even. The fact is, I don't even care.
Oh, okay.
Whatever they do with that,
grand swear.
Yeah, that should be dropped.
That given
they're tendering it in court.
Yeah,
now.
He said, given the things he has said.
But he said he withdrew it when he discovered that the courts, cleared the president.
No, ordinarily
they must not drop him.
No, they
with all of the Agbada way, don't
go. He has been clear.
We want to send him as an ambassador. To Germany.
He must go.
He must go.
Because with all of the Agbada and the PR
he has tried.
So that would be unfortunate. They must send him to whatever. With all the walking stick where they use.
When it's not old yet.
Because if they sustain with rain on that, they will say Boa like.
No.
So we are discussing the forceful unreadiness. In one side or from the other side?
Both.
Are the children involved? No. Majorly the two actors.
When there's a forced unreadiness.
So like I've said, most of the 80% of people who marry are not ready to be married, and there's one thing that we never discuss: social readiness. Because we're social animals, and a lot of us are not socially ready. You want to hang out with your boys, but you are still thinking that the 10K that I have, do I want to still do?
Did you read the story of the lady who lost over 40 million to a man in Ondo State?
I think I saw it.
Who said it was her mother governors
so family pressure, societal pressure.
The man asked her for 2 million, but she only gave the man 500,000, and from there it went downhill quickly. Every time 2 million, I want to do that business.
Desperate to marry.
No, there was another story on Ondo, 60 million, but the lady is dead now.
Right now, she's using some people to try. In fact, she said the money was more than 50 million, but she has evidence to prove 40 million that she transferred.
Hoping to be married to the man.
Just because of pressure from her mother.
Okay.
Pressure you are 40, you are not married.
So I'm sure the marital matters people will deal with the topic. Will listen. Thank you. This is where we help.